For the record, I've never done a live stream before, cooking anyway, but I'm going to try. And possibly nobody's going to be watching but me later. So here's the deal. I'm hungry. I'm home alone. And thought I'd cook something. So we'll see if anybody catches on. But I want to make something vegan. I need meat. I want meat, but I don't want to eat meat. So I'm thinking vegan. That's what I'm thinking today. I went to the local grocery store and I bought some Beyond sausage. I know one of our other videos we were speaking of Beyond sausage. And so that's my meat today. I mean, it looks like real Italian sausage for the most part, right? All right, nice plastic container. I like their packaging. It's actually pretty cool. So an actual serving is 1 link. So I'm gonna do 1 link because I'm just cooking for me today. But I thought the ingredients are interesting because unlike the Morningstar brand that I used on another vegan video I did that was mostly soy, this one's got a lot of plant-based. So the ingredients include water, pea protein, cocoa butter, okay, rice protein, all right, yeast extract, some things I don't really understand, methylcellulose. I wonder if that puts cellulite on your thighs. Not sure. Anyway, natural flavor. What kind of natural flavor? Ah, celery. Okay, makes sense. And less than 1% of potato starch. Refined coconut oil, doing good so far. Vinegar, lemon juice concentrate. Fruit and vegetable juice for color. That's interesting. I never would have expected that, but it doesn't say what kind of fruit or vegetable juice. Salt, sure. Fiber, potassium salt, citric acid. Yeah, that helps things last. Pomegranate concentrate. That's interesting. Paprika, sure. Flour, spice, garlic powder, onion powder, gum. Everything's got gum out there. It's terrible. Extractives of paprika color. They really wanted that color. All right, makes sense. Some vitamins, hydrochloride, vitamin B6. But all right, so unlike Morningstar that was mostly soy, this one is all seriously plant-based protein. So really good for those who have issues with soy. Even says right here, no soy, no soy. That's what makes it actually, for me, I think it tastes a lot better. It's also gluten-free, all right? And it's vegan approved. No GMOs, all that good stuff. So that is our base today, folks. Look, I'm gonna do a quick stir fry. Like really, it is what, 6:17 p.m. Central Standard Time where I am in Northwest Indiana. And yeah, it's getting kind of late, so I don't have time for dinner, right? So, all right, that's what we're doing. I'm gonna put you guys in so you can see what's happening. Excuse the camera shakes. Please understand I only have the one. And I hope that you could actually see what I'm doing. We'll see what happens. Again, first live video for some strange reason because I didn't know what else to do with my life today. All right, here we go. First and foremost, you want a sharp knife. So I'm going to do it the most dangerous way possible because I'm in a hurry now. I was thinking about doing a video on how to sharpen a knife. Any thoughts? I will say, in a nutshell, that sound, almost like a samurai sound, right? That shing. You hear that? If you're not getting that sound, you're not doing it right. That's all I got. All right, so we got our knife. We're gonna cut up some veggies real quick. I'm telling you it has to be quick because I don't have time. So I'm gonna take one of these links because we only need the one. I'm gonna put the rest away so they don't go bad on me. All right. So I got my link. That's doing its own thing. I'm gonna use some mushrooms today, so we want that. I like colored vegetables, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Let's see. Bam, there we go. We're gonna do some green, we'll do some orange. I got some red pepper. We have a little bit of, I have leeks. I like leeks. Anytime I'm cooking vegan, I try to use leek. This one's been used. I mean, obviously they're like this long, right? So, still good. I have a white onion. I'm doing a lot of solo cooking, so I have one single white onion that I've been kind of working on for a while. There's that. I have one russet potato. There's my starch. I was gonna do rice, but I did rice on another video recently, so I'm gonna do the potato, okay? Here we go. So, look, only thing I did before I got on here today live was clean my vegetables, so my potatoes nice and clean. I hear there's good things in the skin. Sometimes I peel it like when I really have time, but we talked about not having time and we're gonna try and do this quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this bad boy up. But the key is, because I wanna cook fast, I'm gonna sort of like pre-boil. Ooh, look at that potato. You see that? That's terrible, I hate that. All right, I'm gonna cut that off. I usually cut more. How do you do your potato? When you get the black one, do you throw the whole thing away or do you like cut it off? I mean, I'm Puerto Rican. We tend to just cut off the bat and keep it moving. Now, if I was serving a guest, this is different. This is home, it's me, I can do this for me. All right, different. All right, man, both sides. All right, well, that's done. Get that out of here. It's okay, the potato was probably bigger than it should have been anyway. All right, so I need smaller pieces. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that again in half, long ways. I hope I'm not blocking the whole camera, guys, I'm sorry. All right, so then, I kind of want them fairly thick, so we're gonna go about a good 3/8. Let's go 3/8 of an inch or so, okay, guys? I'm gonna do that. Cut that. I hope you're not pulling out a ruler to try to measure 3/8. I mean, cut it however you want, okay? But this, I'm going to speed this up right now, really fast. I don't want to do a lot of dishes either, so I'm only going to use the one pan. So here's what the deal is. We're going to take my potato and we're going to throw it in the pan. We're going to add some water in the pan. All right? How much water? I mean, cover the potato. All right? That's all we want to do here. And then fire up your stove on high. All right? Fire up your stove on high, because what you're trying to do is you just want to soften those potatoes like right now. So, oh, sorry, you can't see me. All right. So we're going to fire that up on high. We're going to boil down these potatoes. We're going to try to get it to soften up as fast as possible. So, here's another trick. Let's see. This is the struggle. Like, there are people out there, I'm told, that would appreciate a long video like this or a step-by-step video like this. Me, I wouldn't. So if you're out there watching right now, thank you. All right, so let's see. I need a lid. So I need a lid because I want that to get hot right now super fast, okay? So while I'm doing that, I'm gonna cut the rest of these vegetables. So let's go back over there. All right, let's do this, guys. I'm probably gonna never wanna look at this video. All right, here's a potato. So I need my onions, and use as much onion as you like, okay? Personally, I like onion and garlic in my food, especially with vegetables. So I'm using this much. So if you had a small onion, this would be like maybe a quarter of an onion or maybe a half of a small one. This onion was huge. And since I'm gonna stir fry this with the sausage, I want them to be kind of large. So that's it. This is what I'm doing, so they won't go too small. All right, we'll put that to the side. I'm gonna use my leeks like we talked about, and I'm gonna do them about the same size. So I'm gonna cut this thing, what is that? About 2 inches, inch and a half. I'm gonna cut it long ways, and then I'm gonna cut it just like the onion. All right, but I only want that half. I don't want all of it. Now, as far as the peppers go, I love peppers. They give such a great flavor to your food, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and cut all 3 of these, all 3 colors. I'm just gonna take some of it, right? So it's a huge pepper as well. That's how much I want, depending on the size of your pepper, right? And depending on how much pepper you like. This is me, guys. This is Cisco cooking for Cisco, not for anyone else today. Mission me. they say it's a good idea to take time for yourself. So this is me taking time for myself. That's odd that I'm taking time for myself, but yet trying to spend my time with you guys. But I mean, honestly, anybody out there is the whole reason why I do what I do. So thank you for that. All right, so what am I doing? I need to save the rest of this pepper and I don't want the seeds. So all I did was cut that out. I sort of did that without even talking about it. So forgive me if you're out there looking for some real detailed information. I'm trying to get better at this. I had one guy really upset because I didn't give him all the details on a pernil video. And I'm sorry. Like, some of the things I thought was understood. All right. I cut that side out. I have all these seeds. I have this stem I want to get rid of. I don't want to lose any good flesh. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to kind of cut down on the two sides. I'm going to stick my finger in this hole here and just rip all that pulp and seed out. That's what I'm going to do. And then if there's any left in there, like there is there, I'm just going to kind of lift out and rip out the white parts because that's the part that I don't like with the seeds. And once I've done that, the few seeds that I still see in here, I'm just going to give it a tap upside down. And they all start flying out. But it'd be a good idea to do that like over the stove or over the garbage. Not necessarily over your counter like I am, because then you're going to have seeds on the floor. And it sure makes for more fun cleanup later. All right. So I have that, I got my red one, I got my orange one. Let's do the same thing to this green one. What's the purpose? Well, the purpose is I have some time to spare as I'm waiting for these potatoes, and this, whatever I'm cooking is so simple that I don't need a lot of that time. So I'm gonna spend that time talking with you and talking about the little things that I do to make my life easier. So that's that one. Seeds into the sink, and I'll clean that later. Then I'm going to take my nifty little Ziploc, and I'm going to stick the colored ones in there, and the green one is going to be on its own, because these guys, they're both sweet, right? Like, it doesn't really matter to me. And then I need one more Ziploc for the green one, and they go in the refrigerator until I need them again. So there's that. Mushrooms, I'm just going to take 3 of these baby bellas, and that's what I'm going to use in this mix today. So the rest of this stuff is going to go in the fridge right behind you. All right, so how my potatoes doing? Well, it's boiling vigorously, which is what I wanted. They're starting to soften up just a little bit, but not enough. So I'm going to let that go a little while longer, because this sausage here, you just have to cook it to an internal temperature of 165 degrees. You don't really have to cook it. So really, all you're doing is heating it up, and it's not frozen. And as you know, vegetables saute pretty fast anyway. So I need those potatoes to be as soft as I want them to be so that we can serve them later. And then boom, we're good to go. So that's it. Easy peasy. How do you clean your mushrooms? That is the question of the day. I've seen people rinse them underwater. I've seen people not clean them at all. I just take a paper towel and I moisten that paper towel and I'm cleaning the caps off, all the dirt and whatnot, and I look at the bottom and see if it's dirty. This particular package actually is a very clean package of mushrooms. These are one of the cleanest ones that I've seen out there. So they're not bad at all. But that's kind of how I clean it. How do you clean it? Leave me a comment. Let me know. All right. So now that that's done, I like to cut the ends off the mushroom, not the whole stem. Just to like the dried part, the end part. So that's gone. Cutting that piece off, so my mushrooms are going to be prepared. And then we're going to slice those. Probably a good, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch. Not everybody uses math measurements, but about that. They're not 100% consistent. Remember, I'm in a hurry. This one's a lot smaller than that one, so don't worry so much. I'm going to stick that there. My peppers, those slivers, I'm going to turn and cut those out too. Same thing. I just want to have a nice, fun stir fry, right? No big deal. So that's my orange ones. I got my red ones here. And my green one. And my mushrooms that I have to finish up now. Boom, boom. Mushroom. Bango, we're done with that. Now, look, the only thing I really want to do is put these vegetables away and clean up my area. It's getting pretty rough right now. I'm making a mess because I'm in a hurry. All right. So, got my green pepper in its own bag. I have my colored peppers in their bag. I have my mushrooms. You know, I don't know, how do you store your mushrooms? They say a brown paper bag is a good idea. I don't have any of those. But since it's a brand new pack, I just kind of leave it like that and leave it on my top shelf of the refrigerator so it can breathe better. When I put it with the rest of the vegetables, it seems they go bad fast. So, I don't do that anymore. Boom, got that put away. All right. Look, this looks like just a big mess right here, so if you're just tuning in, it wasn't like this when I started, all right? So let's see, we're trying to make a quick stir fry, and I was burning some time because I'm waiting for these potatoes to get soft so that we can hurry up and get done. I'm trying to have dinner, like now. You ever like work all day and forget to eat? And then you're like, oh my God, I'm starving? Yeah, that was me today. Now, we're taking that Beyond sausage that we started with, and I'm just going to cut it diagonally, sort of like you do, I'm sure you've done like an Eckrich sausage or something like that. Now, it's a little bit harder with this Beyond sausage because it's way softer, and it doesn't have a good hard outer skin, right, or casing like a normal sausage does. So be careful when you cut it. That's why you want to make sure you have a super sharp knife. Otherwise, you're just going to like make ground beef and it's just going to get all destroyed. So be careful with that. But you should be able to do it and, you know, cut them that way. And even when you handle it, be careful because they'll break really easy. So that's the sausage. And then the only thing I have left is the garlic. And we're done. By the time I do this garlic now, we should be able to take these potatoes out and drain them and actually get this cooked done. We're done here, folks. All right, so I'm just going to take these 3 cloves of garlic, clean them up, and we're going to press them into our stir fry, okay? All right. That's that. 1, 2, 3. I feel like this is taking forever. All right. You'll notice that the water that the potatoes are in should be like disappearing in there as the potatoes are soaking up that moisture and getting really soft. And so that is what's happening over here now. So look at a fork and make sure that my potatoes are good and soft. Oh, look at that. Went right through. So it's super soft. That's exactly what I wanted. So what I'm going to do, because I have a wooden board here, I'm just going to go ahead and pull these potatoes out real quick, because the only other thing I want to make sure I get done is get me some oil in here, all right? So you're going to see how quickly we get this done now. And now if I didn't have this wood board, I'd probably put it on a plate or something, okay? Now remember, my fire is like on 10 right now. It's super high. This pan is already high, so I'm going to bring it on down to medium. Calm the fire down. We don't want to get crazy. Now we're going to cook. It's easy peasy from here, folks. So I'm going to use a little bit of olive oil, about a tablespoon. All right, and then we're going to put our veggies in here. And that's where I want to start. The only ones I'm really going to wait on is the mushrooms. I probably should not have thrown them on top. Again, it's probably not the best idea to be in a hurry when you're cooking. Don't do it. All right, anyway, so onions are going in, the peppers are going in. I need to get that garlic going, so instead of mincing that garlic, I'm going to go ahead and press it so I can get the garlic out right now. So there's the press. There's my 3 cloves of garlic. And we're going to press that in there now. 1, 2. Oh man, it's so fragrant immediately. I love garlic with onions. And 3. All right. So we're going to take that. Now we have our garlic. All right, and basically all we're going to do is saute that. Now, there's a very important thing that you must decide to add right now. Can you guess what that thing is? Yes, you can. That thing is called salt. If you do not add salt at this moment, you're going to be a little upset later on when you go to eat this and your vegetables taste bland. So, salt. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of pepper. I'm just using regular black peppercorns in the grinder. I find it's very fragrant as well. And that's it. We're sauteing this. If you notice, the inside of my pan is brown, mostly because I was being lazy and I didn't really clean it out after the water and just added the oil. Probably not the best idea, folks. So, again, I'm cooking in a manner that I never cook. This is called I'm in a hurry and I want to eat. You ever been in a hurry and just want to eat? Because of what I've done, now it's drying out too much. So I did add a little bit of oil. Happens. Alright, here we go. Now we're getting what I want. I got the smoke coming out. I really just want to saute this up real quick before I add the meat product. And the potatoes are super soft, so I'm not going to add them until quite a bit later, okay? And the reason why I'm doing the vegetables before the meat here is because that meat is so soft, if I were to go flipping it around like I'm doing the vegetables right now, then it's just going to all break up. So I don't want that to happen. Truly, when I make this for other people, it's not in one pan, okay? I brown the sausage in one pan, right? You just brown it on both sides real quick, hot, with a little bit of oil. And then I take the meat out, and then I do this. And then I reintroduce the meat, okay? So that's the real way to do this, in case you were wondering. So please don't leave me a comment about how trashy the cooking is and all of that. Anybody out there who knows me knows that this is not how I cook, unless I'm in a hurry and I'm starving, and that's today's story, okay? All right. I got to eat like soon. Now we started at, what, was it 6:20? 6:15? Man, I've wasted 20 minutes already? Oh my goodness. Sometimes you never really know how long things take until you start doing it. All right, I gotta turn this fan on. I was trying to keep the noise out, but it's definitely time. All right, so my vegetables have done what I needed them to do. All right, I don't want them to be mushy. I don't want them to be super soft. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push them to one side, and now I'm gonna introduce my meat product. Now again, because of it being plant-based, add just enough oil that it's not gonna hit dry to dry, because then you're gonna stick. So I'm going to slide that, boom. I'm going to add them all one side down so they can brown on the one side, which is what I would have done with a second pan, remember? All right, so we're going to go one side down. I still want them brown that way. At this point now, I'm going to add my mushrooms, but I'm going to put them on top of the other veggies, right? So they can just start to get softer. This is how you cheat with one pan when you really don't want to wash dishes, okay? Put that down. Now I'm waiting for the meat to brown just a little bit. Let me see if I can try to bring you closer. All right, how's that? Is that a little bit better? I hope so. I hope that's better. You don't need to see me, you just need to see what I'm doing. All right. So you see that's browning here. So I'm going to go ahead and, it should be quick. Oh yeah, that's all I wanted, just a little color. So I'm going to go ahead and flip them so we can get some color on that side. Because all the while, since I decided to use one pan, my veggies are still over here cooking on the same heat. So I'll start to move those around again. This is why this is not the best idea. You would think that you're saving time and dishes by doing this, but in the end, it actually is a little harder. Because now you have no space. It's okay. I'm doing this for your benefit, not for mine. I think I'd almost want to go ahead and just dirty the dishes and use the dishwasher like I always do. This is one of those days where you go, oh my goodness, the dishes from breakfast are still in the dishwasher. All I have is one pan left. I need to eat right now, or I need to feed my children something, right? A quick stir fry is the way to go. All right, so now that side is browning. So now, because the meat cooks fast, again, now it's time to go ahead and add our potatoes back into the mix. All right, remember they're super soft. What they are not is seasoned. So do not forget, at this point now, that you're adding your potatoes back in, do not forget to add salt, because if you do, you're going to be a sad soul when you take your first bite of potato and that potato has no flavor. So when you add that salt at this point, try to only salt where your potato is. That would be very helpful, because it will kind of stick to it, okay? So now, I'm going to stir this up. And we are literally almost done, folks. Now with this meat, I know it's going to start breaking because it's soft, it's like that. Technically, this is way too much potato for one person. As you can see, not as many pieces of meat as you see potato. But once you cut a potato open, I would either have to throw away the other half or go ahead and cook it. So I decided to go ahead and cook it. Technically, I probably would have used 2 sausage links because then that would have been the right amount for all the potato. However, because I'm eating by myself, I don't use a microwave. I would not have wanted to warm this back up tomorrow. So I'm going to take one for the team and not waste all this potato and go ahead and just eat it. That's me taking one for the team. All right. So this is starting to look really good. What's happening now is your peppers are starting to get a little bit softer, but I want them to still have a bite. If you don't like it with a bite and you like softer peppers, then go for it. Keep cooking it. But me, I like my peppers to have a bite. My onions, I want them to be a lot more softer and transparent, so they're almost there, actually. And then, lastly, to be safe, take your meat thermometer. Hopefully you have one. This Thermopin, I really shouldn't say their name because they don't pay me for it. But honestly, I have 3 of these things. These things are amazing. They're so quick, so fast. All right? Now I need to get to 165, and right now my meat is at 135. And that's actually okay, because now this gives me a time to give it another flip and to try to get a little bit more browning. Again, I'm super confident in my potatoes, so I don't have to worry about that. As far as texture goes, it's really going to be now just a matter of getting my meat to temp. So one way that I can do that, if I don't want to overcook everything too much, is really throw that lid back on, and that holds all the heat inside. My fire is not too high, it's not too crazy, it's not going to burn anything, but it will allow everything in there to get a lot hotter, a lot faster. Final note, before this is all said and done, maybe it'd be a good idea to go ahead and give it a taste. Like grab a piece of vegetable that you put in early on, right? You had the onion, you had a pepper. Grab a potato that you put in later on. Fortunately, that sausage, you don't have to really worry about because it's already seasoned like an Italian sausage. But give that a taste and make sure you have enough salt in your food, which mine happens to be on point, and I'm okay with that then. So now we're heating that up. We're giving that sausage a chance. I'm going to give it about a good 30 to 45 seconds, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stir it one more time and check the temperature of that meat, but it should be pretty much done. Thanks for hanging with me. My name is Chef Cisco. It was a day that I was sitting at home with not a whole lot to do, and I thought I'm going to cook something and really hit the live button and just see what happens, because I've never done it before. So if you're hanging with me, thank you for hanging with me. Hopefully you're enjoying what you're seeing. And if not, sorry. All right, let's go. Been working on getting outside of my comfort zone, and that's what I'm doing today, way outside of being comfortable. All right, so now we're going to test it again. Oh, look at that, 168. We're done, folks. You see what a few seconds with a lid on can do? So I just turned off the heat. I'm going to slide that over. I'm going to grab me a plate. I'm going to readjust this camera so you can see what I'm doing. And we're going to plate this thing. We slide this camera back. Let's see. You know, to be honest, I got a whole kind of mess going on here. So this unedited live video is really crazy. This is why I don't do these things. But that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and just move things out of my way really quick. Here we go, kids. It's the moment of truth. Got me a plate here. And we're going to go ahead and plate this. I have to do it as if I was right-handed, and then maybe you can see what I'm doing. All right. I'm just going with a bowl because I'm about to smash this whole thing right now. I'm hungry. Haven't eaten for a long time. Actually, the only thing I ate today, I think, was, I went to a Mexican restaurant with my buddy, the Ninja, a.k.a. Don Valor. You can find him on Out There Gaming. And all I had was soup today. So at least now I'm going to eat something a little bit heartier because of the potatoes. I didn't really feel like having meat because the soup I had today was a beef stew, which was delicious, by the way. It's amazing over there. But I didn't want to eat any more meat today. I felt like switching to vegan might be a good idea today so that I can make sure I go to bed at some point soon and not feel bloated or anything. Sometimes meat does that now that I've been eating so much vegan. So that's my plate, folks. I hope it looks okay. Let me bring it a little closer so you can see. What do you think? Did I do okay? I mean, I like the way the sausage looks. I tried to keep it intact so it still looks like meat, without breaking it. So again, be careful with the stirring because that's what would happen. But the potatoes, I love the colors in there, the oranges, the yellows, the little green pops. The potatoes are super soft. We're going to taste this here in a second, but just wanted to give it a good look. You see those mushrooms? Those mushrooms look delicious. Now, I feel like something is missing, though, because I didn't put anything spicy in here. Like, I didn't have any jalapenos or anything. I should have put crushed red pepper or something, but I'm into spice. And so I'm going to give it a taste like this, but I feel like I need to add something, which I'm going to add. I'm going to look at my fridge and add something spicy. But I got potatoes, mushrooms, I got some peppers here. Give me a piece of this artificial meat, this Beyond Meat sausage. There we go. Probably should have broke that down. All right, here we go. Smaller piece. And see. I think what I can appreciate about this the most is, like, I feel like I'm eating meat. And that's why it's been really easy for me to go multiple days in a week and eat vegan, because I keep tricking myself. Like, I see the package, I know it's not meat, I get it, but it's a meat substitute, it's flavored that way, and then I try to prepare it to where visually I'm looking at meat too. And so when all those things come in line, I didn't need the meat. Now, granted, I've been a carnivore for a long time. I mean, Cisco Smokehouse, all we did was smoke meats, right? So I definitely get my moments that I want the meats, right? And so that's why I don't claim to be vegan or anything, but it's nothing wrong with eating healthy every once in a while. Probably really good for you. So it needs something. Let me see what's in the fridge. I think I have, of course I have the right solution. All right, kids. Lena's secret sauce. This is the sauce. And for the record, Cisco created the sauce, but Cisco's secret sauce did not sound positive. So I called it Lena's secret sauce, and that works out for me. But Lena's secret sauce is actually vegan. So since we're doing vegan, that's why as soon as I open it, oh yeah, of course, this is vegan. So it's a vegan, like salsa verde, like a tomatillo sauce, right? Like if you went to a Mexican joint and they would have a green sauce and they would have a red sauce, or sometimes they have but it's thicker, like a salsa. So like the salsa that you eat with the chips, you can eat this like salsa. It's really delicious. But it's all vegan, all natural, tomatillos, jalapenos, garlic, onion, poblano peppers, and then I've got some herbs and spices in there to make it really awesome. Natural acidity from lime juice and vinegar. I mean, it's the real deal, folks. We've been making this for quite some time, bottling it locally, doing farmers markets and whatnot. Hopefully, soon, in the next year or so, is something you can find nationally, though. That's the next plan. So I'm going to add that on there because, honestly, it was missing something. It was missing the acidity. A lot of times I would add tomato to a mix like this so that I can have the acidity. But I didn't have any tomato quickly available. So I will add that. That's going to give me my acidity, plus it gives me the spice that I need. And I think we're going to be there. That's what we were missing. Now we're there. All right, kids, listen. I'm going to let you go about your day's business. Thank you so much for watching. If this was the worst video you've ever seen, I apologize. Me doing it, it feels like the worst video you've ever seen. But thank you for watching. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe. Subscribe to the page. I promise I will never do again a video like this. But I feel good that I've gotten it out of my system. So you guys take it easy. Have a wonderful evening. Stay tuned. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. And follow me on TikTok. I'm about to start putting some TikTok videos up, okay? So coming up next, I think I want to do a roast duck. Stay tuned, all right? Anybody who in your life likes duck, let them know. Maybe they'll like the video. But it won't be live, okay? It'll be something you can fast forward through. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.